The Human Rights Commission hearings into the July unrest last year, that the arrest of former President Jacob Zuma ignited the violence that erupted in parts of KwaZulu-Natal and subsequently spread to Gauteng. Cele is the first witness to testify in the Gauteng leg of the hearings, those being held in Sandton, north of Johannesburg. And our colleague Chriselda Lewis has been watching that. Chriselda, thank you for being with us. Firstly, for months we've all been wondering about the intelligence report that the then intelligence minister was saying was produced, and Bheki Cele said, well, he didn't see it. Now, incredibly, he's saying he did get a view of it months and months later. Just tell us more.
Well, a very good evening to you, Francis. Unfortunately, I'm not able to hear you at this particular stage. But just to give you an overview of some of the critical points that came out of this first day of the second leg, of course, of the Human Rights Commission hearings into that July unrest. We're hearing from the Police Minister Bheki Cele indicating that he will not take personal responsibility for the violence that took place in July. He says he believes there needs to be collective responsibility. One of the other shocking details that came out of his testimony indicating that it seems that the police minister only received the intelligence report warning about the July violence. This is close to 5 months, or a little more than 5 months after the incident had only taken place. There seems to be an indication that the document may have gotten stuck somewhere. Just a few moments before we had adjourned here from the Human Rights Commission, some of the questions that were asked about whether there would be consequence management for those who did not ensure that this important document was given to the police minister. So clearly an indication of, a fractured system where the police minister was scheduled to receive a document which could have given sufficient warning about the crisis which was due to unfold, and that certainly did not happen. So in this particular instance, we also heard the police minister indicate that there had been dark clouds that had been forming. Those according to his words in KwaZulu-Natal, and admitting, had there been sufficient intelligence, had there been sufficient boots on the ground, even at top brass level, quite shockingly also, Francis, him indicating in his affidavit that the police commissioner, the national police commissioner, Chriselda Lewis, had basically, was nowhere to be found during that particular time, really indicating a relationship that certainly has its own challenges, but asked in this particular hearing whether he believes that that relationship cannot be saved. He says, he's not friends with the National Police Commissioner, but in fact they work together, and basically pointing out that that's as far as it does go. So what we're expecting tomorrow is that the acting national provincial commissioner here in Gauteng of police is likely to take the stand tomorrow, and also possibly the former State Security Minister, Ayanda Dlodlo. You would recall that at the height of the unrest, Bheki Cele, who's just concluded his testimony, was at loggerheads with the then State Security Minister, Ayanda Dlodlo, over a so-called intelligence report that was due to be handed over to him. She had said it was handed to him. He maintained a bit early on in the hearings that that did not happen. What he is now saying is that the only intelligence that he might have received was on the 3rd of December, and you would recall that was when Bheki Cele had given testimony in the first leg of the hearings in KwaZulu-Natal.
All right, thank you very much. Chriselda Lewis will follow those proceedings. Incredible lapses, that is what is clear. And the police minister saying it took months before the controversial report that nobody knew where it was, before it actually landed on his desk. We'll follow that.